Howdy mates. Good late morning. How are we all doing? It is Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. I'm actually visiting a site that I haven't been to for a hot minute. I'm over at the Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center over in Punta Gorda. Funny thing is, I really didn't even plan to come here. But due to extenuating circumstances, I just figured, since it's in the area, why not? So currently I'm actually on the Three Lakes Trail. Now, the thing is, basically where we are, we're in a maritime hammock, and there's no lakes in this area at all. It just is the name of the trail. You're seeing more like ponds and even estuaries. But right now we're actually kind of like in middle elevation right now. We're slowly but surely making a transition from being in the freshwater uplands going into the lower elevation estuaries, which essentially is a transition between freshwater and saltwater, because that's what estuaries are. It's a combination of both. Now, you may be wondering, did a crime scene happen here? No. This is just a safety measure, because in this southern live oak, there actually is a beehive, as a matter of fact. So, the beehive, the bees are going out, pollinating, getting that pollen back, along with the nectar, so they can produce honey. So really, it's just best in these types of instances to just keep your distance. But here is a nice boardwalk that's on the Three Lakes Trail. This is where you really have a chance to see the hammock turn a little bit into a mangrove ecosystem. So usually when we start seeing mangroves, that's a clear indication that we're starting to make our way towards an estuary, because you won't find mangroves in freshwater ecosystems. So for instance, like what we're seeing right now, since we're the most landward from the water, it's very probable that we are seeing white mangroves. That's how you know. It's basically a progression. So red is closest to the water, then it's black mangrove, and then the white mangrove. And usually with white mangroves, they usually have one of the largest sized leaves in addition, for those of you who did not know. Yeah. They look something like these. So a bit like a oval shape. And then of course, to my left, we actually have a giant leather fern. These are, funny thing enough, we're actually at the most northern range of where you can find leather ferns. Besides that, you'll find them in Mexico and even some countries in South America. So you could say that they highly prefer tropical / subtropical climates. And they're actually known to be some of the largest ferns in the world. Because as you can tell, even just looking at that particular frond right there, it's nearly as tall as I am. And I'm a little over 6 foot tall. But yeah. They're neat to look at. And the best thing is, they are native too. So by no means does it act as an invasive plant, as opposed to something like the Brazilian pepper, as an example. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Give me a second, you guys. Here we go. So now we're seeing a little more of the complexity of what you will see in a coastal hammock. So with that being said, whenever we're in a coastal hammock, that usually tends to exclude fire, because since the vegetation has had a chance to actually grow without any prescribed burn, the vegetation has essentially taken over. So usually that vegetation can be in the form of laurel oak right in front of me, or the sable palm, also known as the cabbage palm, even the southern live oak with the Spanish moss, and even some saw palmetto too, and even to my left right here, the Spanish bayonet. So those are usually very common ground cover plants. And then of course we have our various grasses too, and bushes in addition. So coastal hammocks really are another wildlife haven, as they really provide an opportunity for shade cover and just the variety of plants that do produce berries, or in the case of oak trees, as an example, acorns. So it's quite neat. You guys should check out. And I am proud to say that occasionally, when I can, I'm a proud volunteer for this organization. It's a non-profit. So essentially any money that they make comes from paid programs and events. So they're not funded by the state. They are essentially their own entity. So with that being said, if you ever have a chance to donate to their organization, please do so if you can, because organizations like CHECK are crucial for providing environmental education to future generations. Sorry, I didn't realize I had someone walking right behind me. Whoops. So, all right, you guys, enjoy your Wednesday and this gorgeous day. And once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya. Take care, you guys.